Don't you find it annoying when you feel like you're trying to manifest your butt off and nothing's happening? I've been doing a lot of research into why certain things show up in our lives and certain things feel like a real schlep to try and create. Here were my findings. It's easy to manifest something you've done before. If you're a pro at, say, generating opportunity, you're not going to have too much trouble falling with your derriere in a pile of butter quite regularly. Opportunities will seemingly run at you and you're going to have to fob some off cause you can't take on the world. This makes you feel great and confident, but then you may be scratching your head when it comes to manifesting something else in your life, like love, or friendship, or the perfect house, etc. It's difficult to manifest something you think is rare or unbelievable. No matter how much you really want something, the more wanting emphasizes the more you are lacking that very thing you are wanting so bad. Catch 22. Ergo, what you are experiencing now, or in the past, is only going to perpetuate because it is what feels more believable to you, even though it is not what you desire. Unfortunately, that is where most of us get stuck. It's even more difficult to manifest something you want when you are self-sabotaging your dream. This was my biggie. I only recently realized I was holding wealth at bay because of a limiting belief about tax becoming a nightmare. It seems really silly, but it was a real hang-up I had. I quickly alchemized it and sifted through the challenge of feeling good about paying my taxes. Think of all those smooth roads you drive on or the emergency services at your fingertips. I ran into another block shortly after that. Last time I had a lump sum of money, I felt like, yep, insane, right? Because I didn't have enough for the house I wanted to buy. I was lucky enough to find the right house at the right price consequentially, but still carried this false sense that having a lot of money was lacking somehow. Boy, did I alchemize that one quickly. Who would have thought that these weird little blocks lurked in the deep recesses of one's psyche? We are strange and complicated, we human beings, aren't we? Maybe your block may be that you don't feel you deserve what you're trying to create, to which I urge you to read, Do You Feel Worthless? 2 Reasons Why You Need to Love You. Creating the future is actually quite fun. When you get your desire down to something nice and simple, and you inject that into a visualization of the timeline you want to slip into, the only thing you actually have to do is pretend the crap out of it. Make-believe is something we were pretty good at as children, and it's time to dust off the Superman cape as you don it to engage your superpowers of belief. That future dream may not be as tangible as the present moment's circumstance, but the moment you formed the first thought about it, it has become a potential. Your job is to feel into it even though it can't be seen, touched, or sensed yet. You've got to think like it's happened, talk like it's there, and emotionally feel elated that you are such a powerful co-creator of reality. You've got to live like nothing is lacking. Next article. Do you feel worthless? 2 Reasons Why You Need to Love You. What's the deal with self-love? A quote by Pierre Corneille, quote, "Self-love is the source of all our other loves." End quote. Healthy self-love is not narcissistic or egotistical, let's just get that out of the way first off. Some people immediately associate self-love with selfishness or egotism. It is neither. To love yourself is as important as breathing. Without it your cup is empty and you can't truly love or give of yourself if you're an empty vessel. Now can you? Meet Jane. Jane is a vibrant and gifted woman. Jane is also a people pleaser. She spent over 10 years in a dead-end relationship with John because she didn't want to leave him. Why? She didn't want to hurt his feelings. Wow. When I questioned Jane about why she hadn't thought of her own happiness in this equation, she said that she didn't matter. She went on to say that she has tried to placate all the people in her life because she wants to keep the peace and not rock the boat. Jane also divulged that when she was younger,
She was taught to be selfless and giving, and that if she didn't adhere to these principles, she wouldn't go to heaven. A quote by Shailene Woodley, quote, "I think the most important thing in life is self-love, because if you don't have self-love, and respect for everything about your own body, your own soul, your own capsule, then how can you have an authentic relationship with anyone else?" End quote. So as we started unraveling the complicated tapestry of Jane's self-worth and self-love issues, we started getting towards the crux. Jane believed that God wanted her to be self-sacrificing, otherwise she wasn't worthy of his or her love. What complete and utter balderdash. Thing is, a lot of people still believe this to be true, and I think it's the complete opposite. You are a worthy and lovable creation of the Creator and deserve as much love and respect as every other beautiful being. You've got to get with the divine program and start turning that love dial to full tilt on the inside. Unscrambling the concept of self-sacrifice. Here's why I don't think it's healthy to be self-sacrificing. When you have regard for other people's feelings, that is great. It's called empathy, compassion, tact, kindness, nothing wrong with those traits. But when you do this with no regard for yourself, you are, in fact, going against your own principles. Why? Because you're a person too, duh. Did you ever stop to think that you, a shard of the divine incarnation, are doing an injustice to a human being, your very own self? When you decide to be in service to others instead of service to self, this is where egotism and narcissism reign supreme. It is a most noble and amazing thing, but you need to be included in that service. It is completely contradictory to abuse your own rights and feelings in order to help others. In fact, you cannot truly give of yourself if you have no self-love or sense of self-worth. If you need a bit of help with getting over societal conditioning and not giving a damn about what other people think of you so you can clear a path to self-love, give this article a once-over, 8 tips on how to stop caring what other people think of you. The link can be found down in the description box below this video. Conclusion: if we all learned to love ourselves more, we'd have world peace. Give it a shot.